What is going on, everybody? I am the FT Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. We kick off our new week here with a 8-game MLB main slate. We have 2 games for NBA tonight, 3 MLB early only games. I will be doing that slate as well, free to paid Twitter subs. You can subscribe to be a Twitter sub on my Twitter profile. You get the fee in Guru credits back to you on the first of every month, and then you get, occasional free lineups like the early slate. We have a little bit of rain. The only real concern is at Wrigley Field, the Cardinals and Cubs game. So I'll leave that game out of this video until we get more info on that radar. We have a 4-game after-hours slate as well. So the timing of these games tonight make up for a pretty busy night. Even though there's not a ton of games, we have 3 early, an 8-game main slate and 4 after-hours. So plenty of things going on today on this Monday. Give this video a like. I'm going to give you guys some value plays as I usually do. If you're new, I'll, touch upon each position. If you're not new, you know the deal. So, for pitcher today, there's a lot of good pitchers out there today. There's not a lot of high over-unders. The 2 home teams in the after-hours slate, the last 2 games, are the top 2 teams to score runs. The Diamondbacks and the Giants are on top of the list on projected team run totals tonight. It's 8.5 over-unders, but they're over -200 favorites. They're the biggest favorites on the slates. The early slates, the main slate, and the after-hours slate. So we're going to want to get some Diamondbacks exposure, get some Giants exposure. But we'll jump right into pitching. If you have enough money, you can never go wrong with Zach Gallen at $11,300. He's just a little expensive, but it is a great matchup against the Marlins. I do think he's a little too expensive. For dollar, I do like Nestor Cortez on the Yankees a lot tonight. I have not been riding Cortez this year, but this spot looks really good for Cortez. 9,300. His strikeout numbers have been fine. Five or more strikeouts in 6 straight games. He's just given up a lot of runs. Not even given up a lot of runs. Before last start against the Rangers, he had only given up 3 runs as the most runs in a game. He has an ideal matchup against the Athletics. He's at home. The Yankees should give him some run support against J.P. Sears. Should be able to score some runs. He's like a -190 favorite. He looks like a good value option tonight at 9,300. There's not many spots that I'm going to, target Nestor Cortez, but at home against the Athletics is definitely a spot we want to look at. In the same price range, I do think Logan Gilbert is a good option as well. He's had a slower start to the year, but he's been a good pitcher. He has a huge upside. He's been around for a couple of years now. He's been good on the Mariners. He has shown in the past that he can have huge games. He's still averaging 32 fantasy points, even with that 4 ERA. At home, a favorite. Seattle, maybe more of a pitcher's ballpark than anything. The Rangers, they have been hitting the ball this year, but they don't have that threatening of a lineup without Corey Seager. This could be a really good spot for Gilbert as well. I'm probably going to be targeting him one way or the other. He has 6 or more strikeouts in every start this year. Really just a couple of tough starts in the middle there with 4 earned runs. But, he has as good of upside as anyone pitching on this slate tonight. So I do like Logan Gilbert as well in the mid-9,000s. For the infield, like I said, the Giants and the Diamondbacks are, some of the best teams to stack tonight. I like Lamonte Wade Jr. on the Giants. Should be leading off against the righty Jake Irvin. Wade is a lefty. Displaying a ton of power to start this year as a leadoff hitter. 6 homers. He does a little bit of everything every game. He hasn't gotten a 0 since April 24th. So it's been, well over 2 weeks since he's gotten a 0. Very consistent. And the spot that the Giants are in tonight against Jake Irvin of the Nationals makes Wade a pretty intriguing option at first base. Second infield play, Ketel Marte's been hot. He should be batting second tonight for the Diamondbacks. He is a switch hitter, so he will draw that righty-lefty matchup against Braxton Garrett. The Diamondbacks are like minus 210 or something, 8.5 over/under. They might even be more than minus 210, but Marte's always been a good option so far this year. He hasn't recorded a 0 since April 25th. He has displayed power. He has 5 home runs, 3 of those 5 home runs in the last 10 days. So I do like Marte at 3,200. He should be more expensive for the spot that the Diamondbacks are in tonight. For the outfield, ever since, I'm sure if you pay attention to baseball, you guys saw that viral video of Luis Robert not running out that ground ball and him getting thrown out. It was one of the laziest plays I've ever seen from a professional athlete. It was like 2 weeks ago. The coach ended up taking him out of the game. You can't really blame him. But since that has happened, Luis Robert has been red hot for the White Sox since May 2nd. Really since the beginning of the month. He is on a 6-game hitting streak. He's got 2 homers in there. He's got 3 doubles. He's batting at a ridiculous clip. Other than May 2nd, he has double-digit fantasy points this entire month so far in May. 2,900. So cheap on Luis Robert. If you remember Robert last year when he had a great year, he was up towards 3,800 a lot of the slates. So he is... when he actually feels like running out ground balls, he is a star in this league. He is really good. He has a lot of power. The White Sox in a great spot tonight in Kansas City against the Royals and Zach Greinke. Greinke does not go deep into games. He has a very short leash. He doesn't see more than like 80 pitches even when he's pitching well. Should be more of a bullpen game. And I do expect the White Sox to score runs tonight. They are favorites here with Dylan Cease on the mound for them. Luis Robert at 2,900 is a fantastic, cheap value play in the outfield. And then going back to the Diamondbacks, Lourdes Gurriel might be just as hot as Luis Robert over the last week or so. He has 4 home runs in the last 3 games, batting .310 now for the Diamondbacks. I don't know why he's still in a Blue Jays hat. He's been on the Diamondbacks to start this year. FanDuel needs to figure it out. But righty-lefty matchup. Every time there's a lefty on the mound, Gurriel usually bats third or cleanup. 2,800 is extremely cheap on him. A nice high average for Gurriel. This is a great spot. And like I was saying earlier in the video, the Diamondbacks and the Giants, those 2 last games of the slate, are really, really good teams to target on tonight's slate. That'll do it for this video, guys. Give it a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's get after it. Expect that MLB early only slate to be posted fairly soon. And then we have other things to look forward to tonight as well. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.